say mama sa mama mama mama, whatever that song is. Well, I want to be a magician. Have you ever just wondered, hey presto, what is the magic of this system that I found? Well, if I order my thoughts well and I capture you back to the realistic thing, have you ever been, this is how I should have started. Have you ever been alakazammed of a magic trick? You're like, how in the freaking world did that person get that number after they got some random digits of numbers? Like, there's a magic trick out there and they're like, hey, give me everything, and they like assemble it into they've sealed and they wrote down their prediction and all that fun stuff, and they sealed it into a envelope that they had it sealed by the governor, and if they broke it they would have to get shot before they told that they could break it, and then something like that where the stakes are high and they did it before. And then the unknowing person walks up there and says, yeah, I'll volunteer, and they throw out a number, right? They're like 2718, right? Whatever that number is, right? And so, or magic, then the magician will basically take that number and move it into the system that outputs the number that they wrote down, right? Maybe it's a 3-digit number, maybe it's a 2-digit number, maybe it's a 7-digit number. They'll find basically the formula, and then like the whole way through he's just telling a story on how that is. Like, it's if he was a math teacher, he would just walk through the formula, show the internals of the combustion engine, and just say, this is how the car moves forward, right? Don't put much weight on it and move faster, right? And so but he's a magician, he's a storyteller. He wants you to be enthralled with the unpredictability of the number that he has already put you on the roller coaster to there. So, simply put, when you see people finding the strokes of success, they're most likely tapping into that formula unknowingly, and so they're like, wow, like this is the truth, like this is the truth. Like, when you tap into the truth, it automatically outputs the truth, the predetermined number, right, or whatever, because it's where you're going, right? So that is just kind of the interesting piece of the formula. When you're finding the formula of anything, you will realize that you are ignorant of what's going on, and then if the opportunity and the preparation meets that moment and you tap into the truth, and then it'll set you free, because then you're just starting to roll with it. And so that's the interesting part, right? I mean, if you've been blessed in that moment to tap into the truth, or to be revealed the truth, and then you start working it, and you start to see it, because you'll start to see it's like, why does Jordan Peterson, a academic person who helps other people when they're low, like literally, like they can't take any responsibility for themselves. When does he say, like, hey, take responsibility for yourself, and find the smallest thing to take responsibility, or find the discipline to do something? And then you have the other extreme, Jocko Willink, where he is trudging through life, just being a beast of a man, and literally walking on the trenches of chaos, where the other side of chaos, right, where it's like it's the battlegrounds, and he finds the same principles hold true, and they come to the conclusion on different spectrums, where it's interesting, because it's like that is when they tapped into the truth. They found their unprecedented, unpredicted outcomes or incomes, and then found the same outcome. And you can see that that's the truth, and that's why Jordan jockeys that you can see that the Bible is the truth. Like, and so it's interesting when this might confuse a lot of people, but a lot of people like the number situation. Numbers mean things. 6 is for falsehood. 7 is for like completeness, or 2 is for holiness, right? Like, you've probably heard it before, and you could get like, oh, that's not true, or you could just like play with it. You're like, it can be, let's live in this. But then, so like the funny thing is like 7 complete, 8, abundance, 9, truth. So what comes after perfection, or 7 is perfection? When you achieve perfection, also known as maturity, what comes after that? Abundance of truth, right? Or abundance and truth, right? So that's pretty neat. And so if you're all magicked up there, where you're like, whoa, bro, or you're like, oh, I'm the skeptic on the east side because there was this one thing. Anyways, it's like north is like you're an action taker, east is like you're skeptic, south you're a caregiver, and west is like something out west, right? Probably chaos and detailed, right? And so you're probably east, like skeptic. I don't believe those number jumbos. Well, have you ever seen that numbers are magic, and all things lead to 9, which is cool. And then you can see magic in 7, like the circles, and anyways, there's 7 circles to 7, so whatever, just look, seek the truth and you'll find it, right? And so that's what I'm saying. That's the whole point of the saying. Once you find the formula, you'll seek it, you'll find it, and then you'll be impressed and blown away by it, because you're like, wow, it was that simple. All right, cool. So have a blessed day, and understand that God above, the only true God, the one who does not change, his name is Yeshua, his name is Jesus Christ, right? His name is Yahweh, and so that is the guy you want, that's the God you want to serve, right? That's the only one. No one else. Don't believe this mumbo jumbo earthy crap where it's like, oh, there's multiple paths, where clearly the truth says like there's one way, and you have nothing to get there. It's through the way I did, and it's like, hey, I'll bring heaven to you. I'm not waiting for you to get heaven, right? Like, I'm going to bring heaven to you, and all you have to do is put your faith in me. Nothing in you, you empty vessel. You are the image of God, right? Made in the image. You are in the image, and I want that image back. I want to redeem the image because it was marked up. And so that is pretty cool. Check it out. Seek the truth. Don't take my word for it. Find it out for yourself, because that's the only way that you'll see it, and trust in the Lord, and you will truly find. All right. I don't know why I have to say goodbye, because it's, whatever. Hey, have a good one.